All right, folks, I'm in here with the MTP trading and update, looking at the charts, looking at Bitcoin, looking at the stock market, looking at US 100, looking at gold, and so on. So let's get into it. This is going to be my last chart session for a couple weeks, most likely. I don't really look at the charts to trade too much anyways. But I'm going to be on vacation in the Grand Canyon, so make sure to follow my adventures on Instagram if you want to do that. I'm also going to be in Colorado, and I'm going to meet my main developer for the crypto bots, Alex Hire. So, anyways, we have long signals on basically everything to get back in. And if you look, it's interesting. You might say, hey, you bought at the same price that you sold. So why is there any edge in doing that? And is there edge in doing what we're doing? Well, if we look at our back test, the green line is us and blue is buy and hold. And the drawdown is much smaller trading our strategy than trading the S&P 500. So why is it profitable? It just seems weird, like why not buy lower? Well, one is we didn't know that price was going to bottom here. And if you bought here, that's fine. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. But it could have been more like this. Every bear market's different. Or it could have been, I'm going to turn off these. It could have been more like this, right? We didn't know that it was going to bounce so quickly. Now, also, one of the reasons that our system outperforms so much is because it's trading leverage. Now, if we're trading leverage, and look how many positions were stopped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we're 6x long, this will liquidate the account, right? So you're trading leverage, you have to get out. And we're back in, yes, but we're back in relatively small. It's about progressive exposure, managing risk. And I showed you guys before trading just one contract, layering progressive risk. It's possible to turn a small amount into a big amount. But what we don't want is huge losses. So we have a long signal on the S&P 500. Let's see, we're about to have a long signal on the Dow Jones. Yeah, we've got a long signal. We've had a long signal on the NASDAQ. It's about to give another one though, actually. Let's turn this back on. Yeah, we actually had one down here. I didn't take this one. I instead took it on the S&P, the NASDAQ or the SPX, and I also took it on the Japanese stock market, which is given two buy signals. The stops are quite wide. Price doesn't need to keep going higher. It may or it may not. But at this point, I've put in a lot of capital and like I transferred in maybe $15,000 and I can finance more positions off the profit. So if the market continues up, I can buy here off of the profit and I can buy here off the profit and I could buy here off of the profit. So I shouldn't need to transfer in more unless everything's a loss, which is possible. Now gold, I have a little bit different settings for gold. Gold is just sitting here in this big trade. So no alert there. We haven't had a buy in a long time. I had a lot of FOMO during this time. It's okay, just moving on. Yeah, was long here, but I kind of screwed it up and closed it. So yeah, basically everything's long. Now for Bitcoin, I have a huge long on Bitcoin. I can beat myself up because I bought two whole Bitcoin down here, and if you measure the distance, it'd be a lot of money. It's all good. We are where we are. And from here, I bought here with size, and I bought here with size, and I'm just sitting in it. And I will also add an advance on an all-time high with size. So I'm just trading pretty big right now. The last thing, if we go into crypto, I do have the bots running, and they're quite long on the altcoin market, which is doing pretty good. That said, I don't have much exposure to ETH, which is raging. ETH just doesn't backtest as well, so I'm okay not doing it. That said, it would have worked great to be a buyer here, here, and maybe here. If we were to look at ETH BTC, it it's sort of predictable that it would begin to make a big move here. Why? Because it retraced all the way back to the August 2019 low before it made a move up of this ETH BTC, by the way, 400%. So that can continue. I have a little bit of FOMO, but I just don't plan on trading it because I just don't really believe in ETH. I think it's more a chart trade than anything. It's not that ETH is increased activity, right? I mean, in my thesis that ETH is like MySpace and that um, this big move up in ETH BTC in the 2020-2021 bull market or the 2021 bull market was because of all this NFT activity. But anybody who used ETH as a chain in here knows that it was super congested, it was really expensive, and it was slow. That's why everybody moved on to Solana in the 2023-2024 bull market. And instead of NFTs, it was Solana meme coins. I mean, even President Trump launched his Solana meme coin right here. So, um, that's why, like, I have a little bit of FOMO over ETH, but I don't feel like I need to be in it because I don't really believe in it fundamentally. Whereas with Bitcoin, I do believe in it fundamentally. I have fundamental reason to think that Bitcoin will just continue higher. Now, why do you guys think this is happening? All this is happening. Well, really, it's just liquidity and money supply. If you look at the US M2 money supply, it made a new all-time high last month after it actually contracted during all the tightening that happened in 2022, 2023. But yeah, it's at a new all-time high, but um, it's more than the USA. If we look at the Chinese money supply, they never stopped printing. So it's just more money. Um, I want to look at European M2. Do they have it? How do I look at that? EU M2. Okay, Euro area money supply also made new all-time highs. So why would the value of the hard money like Bitcoin and gold not increase? I talked a lot about the Buffett indicator, but I think the Buffett indicator is sort of outdated because it's looking at stocks as a component relative to GDP. But I think we need to look at stocks relative to global liquidity, M2. So, I mean, if you were to look at GDP over M2, it would be probably declining because the relative money supply is increasing faster than GDP. So that's part of the fundamental. Anyways, there's a link down below if you're interested in trading the system with us. It's pretty simple as you can see, and yeah, it has great back tests. And I'm about to go on vacation, leaving tonight. So appreciate y'all, much love, and talk to y'all soon. Peace.